Every small town has its legends. Some are innocent, passed down to keep children out of trouble. But others are darker, whispered behind closed doors, in the hope that speaking them too loudly won't cause something sinister. In Ashwood, a forgotten town swallowed by mist and decay, one name lingers on trembling lips: the Silent Man. They say he comes to those who hear the sound, a whisper, faint and unfinished. A single breath of sound that freezes you where you stand, and then nothing. But silence doesn't mean you're safe. In Ashwood, silence is the warning. The story of the Silent Man begins in 1978. A farmer named Douglas Reeves claimed he heard someone calling his name late one night. Not a full sentence, not even a full word. Just his name, cut off in the middle, like someone's voice had been stolen. He told neighbours the next day, but when they went to check on him that evening, all they found was his barn door swinging in the wind, and a hastily scrawled note pinned to the wall. Douglas was never seen again. His disappearance sparked fear in Ashwood, but it didn't end there. Over the years, more people vanished after reporting the same chilling pattern. A whisper, a shadow, and then silence. Some claim the Silent Man is a spirit, someone who died alone, his voice stolen by despair. Others believe he's something older, a shadow that feeds on fear. Whatever he is, one thing is certain. Once you hear the whisper, he's already watching you. Many in Ashwood refuse to speak about the Silent Man. But one resident agreed to share their story, on the condition of anonymity. It happened 2 years ago, they said. I was home alone, reading by the fire, when I heard it. A whisper, soft and broken. It sounded like it was coming from just behind me, but when I turned, no one was there. At first, I thought it was my imagination. But then the room got colder. I heard it again, closer this time. A single word, or maybe half of one. Why, that's when I ran. I didn't wait to see him. This resident left Ashwood the very next day. They haven't returned since, but even miles away they say they still feel watched, as if silence itself is chasing them. To uncover the truth, we set out to experience the Silent Man for ourselves. Armed with cameras, microphones, and the courage to face whatever might be waiting, we entered one of Ashwood's most infamous locations. A house where 3 people vanished in 1994, leaving only a broken mirror behind. For hours, the house was quiet, too quiet. Then, just after midnight, the air seemed to shift. The temperature dropped, and we heard it. A whisper, faint and fleeting, like someone trying to speak through the walls of reality. Then, we saw him. What we encountered that night defies explanation. A whisper, a shadow, and a presence that felt wrong. We left Ashwood before the sun rose, but even now the memory lingers. The Silent Man is more than a story, he's a warning. Some legends fade with time, others grow stronger, waiting for their next victim. In Ashwood, silence is not just the absence of sound, it's the harbinger of something far worse. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the shadows. If you've ever encountered the Silent Man, or heard whispers that shouldn't exist, share your story in the comments. And remember, sometimes silence isn't golden, it's a warning.